What if the friendly dog beside you suddenly grew, not the size of a horse, but the size of a dinosaur? At first it sounds funny, but scaling an animal this large triggers powerful laws of physics, biology, and biomechanics. A normal dog weighs about 30 kilograms. A dinosaur-sized dog could weigh more than 20 tons.
At that scale, bones, muscles, lungs, and even the heart must work completely differently just to survive. Nature rarely allows mammals to grow that large. Gravity becomes a powerful limiting force. But imagine the impossible happened overnight, and one giant dog suddenly appeared on Earth.
Standing over 15 meters tall, its shadow alone would cover houses, trees, and entire city streets. Before asking what it could do, we must first ask a deeper question. Could such a creature even stand? Dogs animals grow larger. Their weight increases much faster than the strength of their bones.
This rule is known as the square cube law, one of the most powerful limits in biology. If a dog grew 100 times taller, its weight would increase nearly 1 million times, but bone strength would not increase at the same rate. The skeleton would struggle to support the body. Dinosaurs solved this problem with thick pillar-like legs designed specifically to carry enormous mass. A dog's legs are built for speed and agility, not for supporting 20 tons of body weight. Without dramatic evolutionary changes, the bones could fracture under the animal's own weight. Even walking would place extreme stress on joints, ligaments, and spinal structures. Every step could generate ground forces strong enough to damage buildings or crack pavement.
So the real challenge is not strength. It's surviving gravity itself, but bones are only part of the story. A body this size requires enormous amounts of oxygen. A dog's lungs are designed for a much smaller animal, with far lower metabolic demands. To supply oxygen to such a massive body, the lungs would need to expand dramatically.
The heart would also need to pump blood through a body the size of a building. In large animals, blood pressure must increase to push oxygen all the way to the brain. Giraffes evolved special cardiovascular systems just to pump blood up their long necks. A dinosaur-sized dog would require an even more powerful circulatory system. Without these adaptations, the brain might not receive enough oxygen to function. The result could be dizziness, collapse, or even fatal circulatory failure. Growing bigger is not just about size. It demands an entirely new biological design. Now imagine feeding a creature this massive every single day. A normal dog needs roughly 1,000 calories per day. A dinosaur-sized dog could require hundreds of thousands of calories daily. That is equivalent to the food consumption of dozens of large animals combined. Entire farms might struggle to produce enough food to support a single giant dog. If it hunted, the animal could dramatically disrupt ecosystems. Large predators reshape environments simply through their appetite. Even herbivores of dinosaur size consumed enormous quantities of vegetation. For a giant dog, survival would depend on constant access to massive food sources. Without it, starvation would arrive quickly. Now imagine this animal walking through a modern city. Each step could shake the ground like a small earthquake. Cars, buildings, and roads were never designed for such forces. Even a playful jump could cause massive structural damage. Yet behaviorally, the animal would still be a dog. Curiosity, excitement, and playfulness could become extremely dangerous at this scale. A simple wag of the tail might knock over trees or power lines. The challenge would not be aggression, but sheer size. So could a dog truly grow to the size of a dinosaur? Physics suggests it would be extraordinarily difficult without major evolutionary changes. Bones would need to thicken, muscles strengthen, and organs scale dramatically. In reality, gravity limits how large most mammals can become. Dinosaurs evolved special adaptations that allowed them to reach enormous sizes. A dinosaur-sized dog may sound fun to imagine, but nature rarely breaks the laws of physics. A dinosaur-sized dog sounds incredible, but nature obeys strict laws. Gravity, biology, and physics limit how large mammals can grow. Dinosaurs evolved special bodies to survive that scale. Without those adaptations, a dog that size wouldn't rule the planet. It might not even survive its first steps. A dinosaur-sized dog sounds impossible, but evolution connects all animals in surprising ways. Dogs are mammals, part of a lineage that appeared after the age of dinosaurs ended. The extinction of dinosaurs allowed mammals to grow larger and diversify. Without that ancient event, dogs, and many mammals might never have evolved at all. So in a strange way, the dinosaurs that vanished millions of years ago helped create the dogs we know today. Millions of years ago, mammals like the ancestors of dogs were tiny creatures hiding in the shadows of dinosaurs. They survived by staying small, fast, and mostly active at night. If dinosaurs had never gone extinct, mammals might never have grown large enough to evolve into wolves, dogs, or even humans, so in an unexpected twist of evolution, the world of giant dinosaurs ended, and millions of years later, it gave rise to one of humanity's closest companions, the dog.